Hello and welcome to EditGrade, and this is my first ever tutorial, and we are going to create this wonderful effect from Magnetas Media.
Akio Morita was born in Japan in 1921.
So I have already loaded my assets here which are needed for this tutorial and the example effect that we are going to create. So for this we are going to create a composition of full HD of 10 seconds, and then we are going to create a solid. So this is the color, we will match it to the effect. Then we will create a circle here and draw a shape. Now we will align it to the center and scale it to our liking and align it again. Then we will import the image here and scale it to fit the composition. Now we will adjust the circle here a little bit. So I think it's looking good here. And now we will import the plants. As you can see, here are the plants that are used. We have the plants here. I'm using the different versions of the plants here, so we can adjust here, and you can scale the plants as you like, and these are all included in the project file. Scale a bit here, and I think we are good to go with the plants. I will just scale them, and I'm going to trim my timeline to 5 seconds here and save it. So the plants are already animated. I'm going to adjust my resolution to half to be able to preview. So as you can see, the plants are already animated and we are almost near creating this, and we are going to use the smoke here. Now as you can see, here's the line of the smoke. We can see here the smoke we can use. And I think we can use this with a little bit of creativity. So I am going to import this one, and we are going to scale it now. So I have used Control Alt and F to automatically change the size of this layer according to our composition. And we are going to draw a mask here, and we are going to scale it vertically, and we are going to draw a feather, and then we are going to do its screen. So we have created a similar look here, and then I am going to click this link button so I can scale the size proportionally after adjusting it vertically. Now I am going to make a copy of this here and scale it down a bit and just move it so it creates a offset effect. Now we have to create is the text here, and there's a plant that's a bit bigger here, so we will adjust one plant. So now we are going to write the text here, and I am going to write some lorem ipsum. So we will create a box here and just write and adjust the size of the font. and maybe choose a font that is, yeah, the Montserrat font looks great here. And we will change the color to grayish and maybe adjust the plant a bit, and I will name them. Now after doing this, we are almost near our effect. As we can see, we have to write this Japanese text here, so I am just gonna use a font here maybe. So I have used this text here, and maybe we will use the bold version here, and maybe change it to a little bit darker color here. Use it here. It's not the same. I think it will work. Maybe a little bit smaller. The text is right aligned and a little bit less text. And the size is like a little bit bigger. So, and it's all caps. So I think we are there. So now we will see how to darken these plants, just like here. So we will do is use black and white here and turn the greens down a bit, and then we can use is like find edges here and invert them, and I think it will work just fine. And maybe use something like roughen edges here to match the textury look, and scale it down the roughen edges. And we will check in the full resolution here, and after this I think we are close enough here, and yeah, and we will turn on the other layers here. You can adjust like what plant you want and what size and rotation you want. We are just like doing a similar thing, so you don't have to use like exactly the same kind of things that they are using. So to complete the look, we will do some texture overlays and stuff. Now I have imported a halftone overlay here, and we will just put it on top and scale it to our composition and put the effect here invert. And now we will change the blend mode to screen and change the opacity to your liking, like however it looks good. Also we have a extra picture behind the back, so we will use this photo only for this tutorial, and we will just put down the layer just below the background and scale it and just adjust the size a bit to our liking, maybe some more, and just maybe drop down the opacity to like 25%. Yeah, it will work just fine. Now we have to do is introduce a camera here. Now to create a camera, just click on the layer and new and hit on camera. The camera settings will pop up, and make sure to use a focal length to a wide angle. I am using 35 mm. And now we will convert all the layers to 3D except the overlays and the background. Here is the shape layer, and we will just If you don't see these box unchecked, like, you can toggle these switches. If you see this interface, you just click here and you will get these 3D buttons here. Now we will just hold the button and create all the layers 3D, and we are good to go. So now we will switch to 2 view mode here, and we will align the layers to our liking. This layer and this layer and the subject layer to be on the same distance. So like when we move our camera, it shows like it's on the same position. Now we have forgotten one thing, and that is the text. I will switch to 1 view mode here and adjust the composition and write the text here. And adjust the points for the gradient. And to check that our 3D layers are in the right position, we will press C, and when the icon changes to this, we will move the position to the front to check our parallax effect. And I think the camera movement is right, but the layers are not in the right position, so we will change the layers position once more to make it seem like a good parallax effect. And I am changing it to 2 view mode again. So I have aligned the all things here into the 3D space. Now we are going to create an adjustment layer here, and we are going to just place it below the camera, and we are going to apply the chromatic aberrations here. To create a mask effect here, as you can see, the chromatic aberrations effect is blowing off at the bottom of the composition, so we are going to remove it by creating a mask. And we are going to invert the mask and put some feather onto it. Now we are just going to give it a camera animation here. We will open the camera settings, transform, and we are going to just animate the keyframes, position. I mostly do point of interest and position here. So go to 5 seconds, maybe just 3 here, I think, and just move a camera bit. We will adjust the animation graph of the keyframe. Just select the keyframes and press F9, and then we will go to the speed graph editor and just select the keyframes and just drag this point here. Now that the cache is clear, I think we can preview. Now getting back to it, and I think we can do a little bit of animation, a bit more here. This is too close to the camera, and we have like a bit of the smoke here, so we will add 2-3 layers of smoke, and we need to move these plants close to the camera. The smoke layers, maybe just bring them near to the camera and scale them a bit, and duplicate it and again bring near to the camera. And I think we have achieved the full look of the effect here. So I think the camera movement needs some adjustment here. We will go to the speed graph, select these and adjust this to right here and a bit here as well. And I think the movement is good, is okay. We just need to adjust this plant here. These need to be 5 and we are good to go. Just some few touches that I want here. Now I went back and just changed the background color to match the effect. And here is our final render. The project file is available to download. Link is in the description. And make sure to subscribe our channel, and I will see you in the next video.